I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles.
And if you were to look forward as far as you can see into the future,
Yeah.
what do you see as your biggest challenge, or your biggest, not even your biggest challenge, but your biggest what's going to be your biggest accomplishment in the future?
Oh, I don't know. The sky's the limit. And I do believe that. The sky's the limit. I mean, my greatest accomplishment to date would be just packing up everything I own and getting rid of it and saying, stuff it. I'm just going to live as a nomad for as long as I can. So that would be my greatest accomplishment at this point in time. What will be the greatest thing? I think the greatest thing for me would be probably to continue to share my story with people, to get it out to as many people as possible, you know, to lead as many people as I can to live the healthiest lives they can be, you know. And we've all got different levels of what we find will be the healthiest life. I never have these expectations. If you're not here, you're not there, so to speak. You know, we've all got our, you know, journeys to get to. But just to lead people to become healthier, better, vibrant people and live fulfilling lives, live lives with purpose. I watch people, you know, when you're in capital cities, and especially if you're in a hotel and you can look down, and I watch people and they're ants, and most people are miserable. You know, they truly are. If you watch people in big cities, they're miserable and they're walking to work and that sort of. And I just think, you know, if I can enlighten people to live lives with purpose, it's not all about, you know, working and, you know, having the best of everything and keeping up with the Joneses or anything else. It's about just living life, being the best version of you, being happy, being at peace with yourself. And if I can get that message out, I've accomplished what my dream is. That's my dream, to get that message out.
Fantastic. So a little bit of nitty gritty, down and dirty. As you've gone through the last 3 to 4 years and really getting your alignment with all the various aspects of living an 80-10-10 lifestyle, and then whatever you end up calling it, what would you say have been the biggest stumbling blocks for you to overcome?
Well, I think with 80-10-10, I failed at it a few times, and because it's not a lifestyle that you're used to at first. And I know the longest I went on it, the longest I was successful at this lifestyle prior to this time was 3 weeks, and I fell off the rails, and I wasn't eating enough, and I learned that after. I sort of was semi-following things, but I still had that mentality that I wanted to, you know, keep it low. I didn't want to eat as much, and I became, you know, quite fatigued, and I was tired, and I ended up with bad headaches, and I thought, oh God. So then I started really putting my time and energy into researching the program properly, and I read the book, and I started following people who were successful on this lifestyle, and I started, you know, watching, you know, what do I eat videos and all those kind of things to help me overcome. I think that was one of the biggest hurdles, but I think another hurdle for me was my lack of patience. I'm not known for my patience, so you know, and we live in a Pop-Tart society, and you sort of, because I'd come from calorie control, you know, you expect everything instantaneously, but all of a sudden you're putting larger volumes in, and things weren't working as quick as possible as I wanted. And, you know, later down the track, everything started to fall into place. I just had to be patient. I think that was one of my biggest hurdles, but it was also a great hurdle and it was a great challenge because it taught me to be patient. It taught me that I need to be consistent. I need to be true to myself and, you know, stick with the guidelines, stick with just the base. Stop trying to change it to suit. I mean, you've got to change things to suit yourself and your own lifestyles, but, you know, stop trying to put too many twists and bows and everything else on it. That was, you know, different challenges for me to overcome. But if I spoke to myself now, like then, I'd probably say just be patient, the magic will happen. I sort of thought, you know, it's day 2. Everything should be here. I should look like, you know, Freely the Banana Girl or something by now. You know, my skin's not where I wanted it to be yet. And I've noticed more and more as people come into my group, it's a pretty big group, that I see the same things. Oh, I've been on it 5 days. I haven't, you know, I'm not here yet. Just be patient. I think that's the greatest thing for people to overcome. Be patient, be consistent, and the magic will happen.
Well, I mean, that's brilliant insight. It's really brilliant insight. It takes a lifetime to live a lifetime. And people have heard the idea that, you know, we rebuild our bodies every 7 years, and they want a new body after 7 minutes.
Yeah. It's a nice idea.
I'll tell you now, 7 years is not a long time to get a handle on this lifestyle. It is not a long time. If you were going to share with people today what you still find challenging and say, okay, well, what is it about your current healthy lifestyle that you find most challenging to integrate? Now, I've shared this with people. I say, for me, the hardest thing is getting enough sleep. Life is just so interesting, and there's so much to do, and there's so much I want to do, that getting to sleep is often for me the toughest part. And then it's tomorrow, and I didn't get enough sleep, and then I can't do all those other. So for me, I mean, the food part for me is easy.
Yeah.
But it's been 40 years. It's been more than 40 years that I haven't gotten the sleep part together yet. I mean, for me, fitness is so easy because I just love doing fitness activities, and any kind of play for me is fun. And so what are you finding today? Like you go, oh, you know, I really need to do better at.
Well, I'm traveling. So, I mean, I am in a tropical climate at the moment and there is sensational fruit here. So it's not the issue of fruit. I think my greatest struggle when I first started traveling was to organise myself a lot better, because I was so organised when I was back home and I was working. I would have all my food organised in the morning. I would have it all packed and I was in such a routine. For me, when I first started travelling, it threw everything out of whack. And I went from having all the U-Butte kitchen tools, you know, my power blenders and, you know, dehydrators and processors and you name it. I had absolutely everything. And all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'm having everything how we should. And it's been a great learning curve and it's been a great growing curve for me because I've really grown in this lifestyle even further now because I was getting into, you know, having all the fancy sauces and everything. Well, I can't do all that now. So I'm really...
Simple works just as well. And I love eating simply, but I love eating gourmet as well.
Yeah.
But I love eating. I'm joining you on that. I love eating. It's a treat. My daughter's not into eating so much. I mean, she wants to read and play piano or do anything, you know, and then she'll just come and have a few bites and then she's gone again. And I want to sit down and enjoy a meal.
Yeah, I hear you. I love food. It's my, you know, from the moment I wake up to the time I go to sleep, I'm thinking about food. Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, I guess that's probably been my biggest challenge. I think sometimes you have challenges with, you know, when you go out on social functions, you know, family can make little snide comments and, you know, you're so painful or whatever. Those kind of, you know, basic challenges, those kind of things for me, I know they're not easy for a lot of people. For me personally, they're sort of water off a duck's back because I've dealt with those kind of things with drinking, with giving up smoking, all those kind of things. So for me, then they're not new challenges to come up against. You know, I've had challenges. I'd be a liar to say if I haven't had challenges. Definitely, there's been challenges.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you go.
Is your family still judging you on your past failures, or are they accepting that you're pretty serious about what you're doing now? Do they feel judged or intimidated or in any way like uneasy because you're choosing to be a vegan or a raw vegan at that?
Well, my daughter, myself and my partner, the three of us went vegan together. So that was pretty cool. That was, you know, you can't ask for better in a household than three of you going vegan together. I'm the only one who went raw. My family have watched me over the years with my health and whatever, and they just, whatever mum's doing, you know. Okay, mum, so to speak. I mean, my son, he's a ratbag. He will make different comments and whatever, but he goes on and off the, I will say plant-based bandwagon. He's not in that vegan direction, but he'll go on and off the plant-based. He wanted to go out with a vegan girl, so all of a sudden he said, I'm vegan. I said, hang on, no, you're not. But, you know,
that's how I went vegetarian.
Yeah. But my mum at first, when I changed over, yeah, she was not happy. Why can't you just be normal? You know, you're just not normal. You always have to be extreme. You push things to the, you know, furthest degree and blah, 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 blah. Bit by bit, it's all growing on her. You know, she will eat vegan food when she's out. She'll even have like a big salad when she's out. She won't eat animal products in front of me now. So, you know, bit by bit, I think people learn to accept your lifestyle. I think everyone's going to react at first to change in lifestyle. And I think ultimately the reason people react is because people don't like change. And when they have to deal with you changing it, they have to look at a lot of things in their own lifestyle, and people don't like that. And I think another reason why people as well don't like changes is they like the you that they're used to hanging out with. So if they're used to hanging out with you and you eat together, well, that might be taken away from them. And I know when I gave up drinking, people were like, I don't really want to hang around Jade. She's boring. You know, she used to be the life of the party, and we were drinking buddies. So people don't like that change. And I guess I've had so many years of dealing with people and different changes that for me, it's a part of life. But I do know these challenges are major problems to people. I guess my major challenge has always become sort of about me and how things are affecting me, you know, not so much how they affect other people. Because like I say to people, what I eat shouldn't affect you. You know, how's it making any difference?
Well, good luck. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I mean, people know, because deep in their hearts, they know that they're trying to get away with something that can't possibly work long term. They see that you've made change. They judge themselves even if you don't judge them. There's always that intimidation factor. Okay, let's do two more questions, quick ones, and then we'll give you a chance to respond to the multitude of questions that have come in. I'll let Kevin handle asking you those. But first of all, what would you say? What's the newest thing going on in your life, Jade? What's new?
The newest thing in my life going on would be I've been traveling since February. I'm currently in Thailand. I have been in Thailand since the end of February, early March. I've travelled right through Thailand. I've had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. And what's new from there is I want to travel throughout Southeast Asia, so I'll be going to Laos next. And after that, I'll be going down to Cambodia and then Vietnam and Philippines, which I'm really excited I'm the most excited for Philippines because I'm going to be going over there for the Durian Festival, so that's pretty exciting.
Cool. And in terms of what's next, beyond what's new, what's next? Do you have projects or plans, or are you just going to let the tour be what's next for a while and let that be its own excitement, or do you have something you want to tell us about?
Yeah, I've got plans. Always got plans. Always got plans. I'm just completing at the moment an ebook, which I hope to be releasing by the end of July. I'm just fine-tuning it. I've got to send it over to, the people that do all the fancy tech stuff that I've got no idea about. So yeah, I'll be releasing an ebook. I've just recently started another group. I've got my Raw Vegan Fruitarians for Life group where we heavily promote 80-10-10. I've just started a new group where I'll be helping people further with transitioning so they can ask different questions. I try to keep cooked food questions and everything else off my big page because it can lead to food triggers for people. So I've just started a new group where people can be free to ask a lot more questions and grow in this lifestyle a little bit further at their own pace, so to speak, just so I can give that little bit more time and energy and put more time and energy into helping people grow further into the raw lifestyle. And I'll be concentrating a lot more in that group also on self-love and positive body image, which are really important things to me because I believe if you can't love yourself, you're never going to grow in this lifestyle.
No, that's something you have to keep on building for a lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's as important as any other aspect of our healthcare.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.